Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ray. Last name is Reynolds. This is the Ray Reynolds, basically Ray's webinar. Ultimate goal is to help everybody get to the American dream. Unfortunately, a lot of people talk about it. All right, but the bottom line is talk is just talk. To me, it's blah, blah, blah. We got to hand you the money, the credit, and go get it. That's the only way it's going to happen. But you're going to have to learn some rules and some tools. So get a tablet and pen, write everything down. Make sure you write it down so you get it here. You're not allowed to videotape or take pictures at all, so keep that in mind. Now, the next thing is, this is 2021. All right, that means basically two things on 2021. I call it blackjack year, I call it fast track year. You see, what happens is the world's been changing. And what happens is we all want the ability to go get it. And unfortunately, some businesses are open, close, and it's because those silly people making paychecks get to tell them what to do. Now, we all have our opinions. Bottom line, that's up to you. All I know is today we need to help people stay afloat, pay their bills, and get through this. All right, me, I relate pretty strong to basically a pandemic. See, in 2009, I died of swine flu pneumonia, H1N1, and I'll show you that too. Ultimate goal today, I got a group of people I'm almost done with. I'm trying to save a family's home. So the bottom line today, we got some things we got to do. So today, let's make a deal. Anything you need from me, it's whatever it can take. All right, I got to make sure that family doesn't end up in the street like I was as a kid. So the bottom line is pretty simple. I want you to write down, plan the problem. I'm serious. I basically planned the problem every time I got born because why? There was always something going wrong. I didn't like stealing and begging off the street, but that's all I had to do. So bottom line today, let's plan the problem. Let's understand something. The United States of America Incorporated plans the problem. That's why they created Chapter 9 bankruptcy. You drive through your city today, you're going to see a bank or a grocery store. You know they shut down that piece and they bankrupt that piece, wrote it off on their taxes. They're still in business today. What happened to you? Most of you brought the pain home because you didn't know how to play the game. Yes, business is a game, and I want you to understand that right off the bat. Now, let's talk about safety credit. All right, I want you to understand what most people do is they get their SSN, Social Security card. They basically get some free credit, they think. They act like it's free money, and they go, wee, till they get the bill. In other words, they jack it up and get stuck, can't get any more. Here's the rules. And you might want to listen to me since I'm the guy that trained Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW and Spear years ago. Now, see, I got $100,000 of credit in my hand. All right, what does that mean? Personal credit can't write off the interest rate of the credit card at all. So why would I jack it up to hurt my family? It makes no sense when there's other ways to play the game. What I want you to do today is pull out your credit cards from your purse or wallet. On the back of the card, I'd like you to basically write down the limit. What is 29%? What is 25%? See, here's the thing about you. If you basically have to pull out the card, and the next time you put yourself in check, that'll make you think about it again. And if you take that card past 29%, you will drop your score. You will get stuck. You will not get any more. If you're ever going to use a card past 29%, is these, gold and platinums, if they're paid over time, because the 29% rule does not affect them at all. Next thing we got to remember, plan the problem. How about the line of defense? See it, believe it, go get it. Every one of you, if you had the pattern of 3 right out of school, you would have never brought the pain home, period. I'd guarantee it with my life. Bottom line is you got some choices today if you want to pay attention. Remember something, it's flat out. That bank and grocery store today, guess what? They got a piece, they bankrupt a piece again. All right, you'll see the empty ones, but you know they're still in business. But what did you do? Never bring the pain home. Please write that down. Ultimate goal, learn a little bit of my story, how I never give up, and what I had to do as a kid, and basically I'll help you get to your journey. By the way, I'll even guarantee it. You see, what I had to do is pretty simple. All right, I'm going to get it and give it, call it getting past go. So write down getting past go. Write down today's date. It's February 2nd, 2021. What did I have to do? Well, I got to be with Mrs. Hope. What a name to have. Her name was Mrs. Hope. The reality is from 3 to 10 years old, she got her weekly and monthly checks. Every day she dropped me off in Redondo Beach Pier at 6:30 in the morning and said, I'll pick you up here at 5 o'clock. If you're not here, I'm going to leave you there to die. Wasn't she sweet to me? She was the she-devil from hell. But if I saw her today, I'd say, thank you, Mrs. Hope. You scared the hell out of me. So I had to figure it out myself. See, I didn't like stealing and begging off the pier. I thought that sucked. But I got to do one thing. I got to give it back to God. He gave me a brain with an IQ off the chart, with total recall in most things. So I got my first Lamborghini as a teenager, by the way. Then I got my Lamborghini collection. Then I got my Duffys. I got my 6 mansions. I broke some world records having fun. I parked my race boat in my backyard. I had my helicopter. Had my yacht too. And don't forget about the Ferraris as well. Now here's the thing. It's not to brag. My thing is flat out. I want to challenge you today and ask you why you haven't done this yet. Simple. It's kind of like those blah, blah, blah motivational speakers. I heard about this thing called Clubhouse the other day, and some guy asked somebody, and he basically put him down. That guy has no idea what he's talking about. Anybody who talks about says they know everything they need to know and blah, blah, blah. Ask him if they brought in $2 billion like I did by the time I was 26. You see, we don't need bullies. What we need to do is help people. It's flat out. So the bottom line is you have to listen today, and I'm telling you to listen to me. Why? Because it's going to be fun at the same time, and I'll do the work for you anyway. See, Ray's rules are pretty simple. All right, I've been doing this for 43 years. 17 million clients, become millionaire corporations as well, and a couple of billionaires too. Now, I wrote Winning the Game of Business 43 years ago. So remember, corporations are a legal person. I heard that as a kid. And you know what? Started Helping Hand Industries. I was 9.5. Look it up in Secretary of State. I brought in 100,000 at 9.5, a million at 14. Double billion at 26. How am I doing so far? After the coma, I wanted to study some more, so I actually became a pastor too. I got a 3rd PhD. Now remember, I'm going to tell you flat out, any ding-dong can go to school and get a piece of paper. The reality is you learn your job by doing your job. And most people who have a piece of paper today, I'm sorry, if they don't have the money, they don't know how to go do it, what are they? It's called an employee. Bottom line is you're going to be an entrepreneur starting today. Give me 90 days. Let me do the work for you. It's very simple. Every seminar, workshop, and boot camp, you're stuck with me. I will not pass the buck, and I'll hold your hand. All right, every step of the way, and you go to the $1 million dream. Now, I got specialty classes all the time, too, because if you want to specialize in real estate or something like that, all right, let me know. Since basically I had $841 million in real estate under corporate structure before my coma in 2009. And if you want to learn about leveraging money, I'm the guy that wrote the 84 ways to play that too. I leverage 100 million to my second billion. Maybe you want to pay attention just today, since they do say I'm the #1 consultant worldwide. Now I got Q&A classes twice a week too. My ultimate goal is to help everybody I can. See, I even got a credit for my cat. By the way, I got him $1 million years ago. I got it written in Inc. magazine too. As they say right there, it says use plastic to finance your business. See, that's what you get to write off, corporate credit. You can't write off personal credit at all. So why do people screw that up anyway? Now here's something about me. I'm an affiliate. Have been for about 35 years. What does that mean? I got my 7 dashboards. I get to add all your credit cards, if you have any good ones for you, all right, to my system and increase your limits. If you want, I'll build you corporate credit for your corporation and divisions too, especially since I wrote the rules about divisions anyway in 1986. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I took their card from 300 to 35,000, 500 to 26,000, 2,500 to 30,000, 1,750 another 30,000. Now my system allows me to get you a gold and a platinum, but the reality is I like to do one for the person and the corporation simultaneously. So if you want one of these cards, because they're the only cards on the planet today that the 29% rule doesn't affect your score at all, you can actually push it up to $1 million. Now here's an Inc. card corporate credit. Now 15,000 or more. And remember something, I want to get you a 10,000 card plus. Anything under that is usually a builder card. I'm trying to build up your score. So here's even a line of credit too. Now there's me March of last year. I got my radio show back after the coma for 11 years. I'm being interviewed live on the credit. I got 50 million on the table, playing with that too. I'm showing this system and when talking live on the radio saying, hey, this is how we're going to increase somebody's credit today. Cameraman says, I got a discovery card. What can you do for me? It was $5,500. By the time I was done, it was $16,700. If you want to play and let me increase any of your cards, as long as they're good, by the way, all right, I usually charge about $1,000. But I'm trying to save some people, and I'm trying to help as many as I can. So today, if you want me to take just one card to see if it works for you, it's $129. You got nothing to lose, everything to gain. So if you want me to take 3 cards, it's usually about $2,000. What's going to happen is I'll charge you $345. Ultimate goal, I'll get you a card or increase that one or increase the one you have too. Now, I believe in Zelle. I believe in wire and deposit. Banks I don't like as much as I used to. Bottom line is Wells Fargo hacked me twice, so I was in a coma. That wasn't very nice at all. So what happens when someone loses their job and has an emergency? Bottom line is pretty simple. They run out of money, they run out of credit, and they jack up their credit again. I'll bet you every one of you have jacked up your credit in the past, and you did it the wrong way. You should never use personal credit and abuse it at all, because you got to learn how to play the game. Now, me, it's pretty simple. I haven't had a paycheck for 21 years. Bottom line today, I want you to understand something. Since I trained Ken Yarborough in the past, security chief at TRW in the Spirit, maybe today you'll let me train you just a little bit. So let's think about this today. Write down Credit Services Act, please. Google it later today. I want you to basically look at what it says. It says credit repair is a scam on their first page. Not allowed to collect money up front. Some of you, you actually pay $99 a month, or you basically said you repaired it yourself. That means you're just a liar, because all you could do is say, not mine, not late. And one of you, hell, you're in the credit repair business, you're breaking the law too. You'll have the same thing that Lexington Law has right now. 4 government agencies shutting them down. Bottom line is pretty simple. It'll refer you to the Credit Repair Organization Act too, and says attorneys can't do credit repair. Now, bottom line, you can go to BBB and see about Lexington Law. It'll say there's 4 government agencies on their back today. They've been breaking the rules for years. Now, relationships and dreams, why don't you build one with me? I'll do the work for you, have some fun. My wife said as I was home today, I'd be driving her crazy. See, she says this is my hobby, by the way. So the NACB, I'm the only one they ever certified on the planet today. Now, understand something to you. I'd tell you not to use the Experience Boost. I know you see John, my client, on TV going, use the boost and all that crazy stuff too. Here's the thing. They want you to register your electric bill, your lights, your cable. That's okay. But then they want you to log into your bank account. Do you understand that Experian has been basically hacked 100+ times? They've been indicted more times than anybody. They moved out of the country years ago to Dublin, Ireland, because they didn't want to conform to the rules of the United States of America. So I would tell you, please don't use their boost, but that'll be up to you if you want to take the chance. The best thing they could ever give you is 16 points. If you want up to 200 points, let me do my rapid refresh, because I invented that just for you. Now we got to go back to you. Pull out your Social Security card, please. Pull it out, ladies. It's in your purse next to your feet. It's in your wallet, guys. Pull it out and look at it. I want you to read it front and back. I know you're all going to say you did, but I'm sorry to say I've been testing people for 43 years. And the bottom line is you have no idea what it says. All right? You have no idea, so let's tell the truth today. You got one SSN. Federal Trade Today says, guess what? 97% are screwed up. Would that be you? You never know. When you read the card today, I want you to focus on 2 things. It says do not laminate. Number 2, it says do not use for ID purposes. Every application you fill out, what do? You've been breaking the rules since day one. Here's the application you filled out as a teenager, probably like I did, to get the job. And if you read the card, it'll tell you property of Social Administration, not you. It's not even yours, even though you have possession. So when the creditors use it and abuse it, that's okay. Guess what? I have a rapid refresh that blocks the crap, like they used to use in basically, witness protection too. Having some fun. You want an 820? Let me know. Bottom line today, I like to repackage your life. I'm talking your house, your car, your bank account, and more. I want to clone me into you and have some fun. But I don't want you to bring the pain home anymore. Now, I know everyone's going to talk about their little sad story, the little violin. I've been in 2 comas in my life so far. Credit helped save my life each time. So let's understand today flat out. When I was a little boy, they said money for a rainy day. Kind of like those people that put people down today too on that basically group meeting the other day. Bottom line is pretty simple. I asked them about money for a rainy day, and all I heard is blah blah. They had no explanation at all. It's kind of like those ding dongs used to say, "Don't put all your eggs in one basket too." They couldn't explain that at all. We got choices today, and it's pretty simple to you. You got the ability to understand what needs to be done right away. So let's talk about this. In my life, it doesn't rain, it always pours. So let's think about something today. If we do this correctly the right way, I want you to think about something real quick. What if you needed, and I'm serious, if you needed $5,000 today? Did you plan on it, or did you back yourself in a corner? You ask your friends, your family, you ask the bank, all they're going to do is tell you no. If you had a safety credit card in your hand like I do, for $5,000, if I had to use it, I wouldn't abuse it. If I had to max it out for one day to solve my problem, I would. I'd play catch up, not fall down. Did you know $5,000 is only $50 a month? I'll bet you most of you waste that every other day. So let's understand, they also say that you waste $140 a week. I don't know if it's true. It could be true. So let's understand something today. Here's $100,000 of credit, $50,000 a piece. What did I say? You can't write off personal credit or interest rate at all. That's the IRS's rules. So understand something today. Even though I got it, I'm not going to use it and abuse it. But if I had to use one of those cards today, the payment, if I max it out, is only $612.26. Do you understand what the average person is kind of wasting or pissing away every given month? All right, you could have spent $50,000. You could have turned around and got a pizza. It's got a drive-through or delivery service too. I'm going to be putting common sense in a bottle. Just like the Pet Rock, see if I can sell that too. Stop wasting money. Don't bring the pain home. All right, take care of your family some more. What did I tell you in the beginning of today? Plan on the problem. I'm sorry, today I can't even wear a tie. I got a family emergency this morning. So the bottom line is pretty simple. All right, blank's going to hit the fan. Someone's going to piss you off, get in your way, and try to take it away. By the way, most of the people that do that to you are your friends and family. Isn't that fun to know? So safety credit, see it, believe it, go get it. What do I want you to do on those cards again? Sticky, 25 to 29%, period. I want you to put yourself in check. And when you see that grocery store and that bank is closed down in your city today, and you know they got other locations, what did they do? They bankrupt the piece. They wrote it off on their taxes, and they're in business today. You brought the pain home. Why? Lack of knowledge. I don't get it. All right, all these people will make motivational blah, 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 like Tony Baloney or the guy with the silly hat. I mean, he's the typical one. He had no pot to piss in until he went blah, blah, blah. But if they're not handing you the money and the credit holding your hand, I still think it's blah, blah, blah today. But that's just my opinion. What do I know? I brought in my first $2 billion by the time I was 26. So I want to tell you the truth. I want you to believe in you. You see, I broke the world record for the highest kick on the planet in 1986. I hold that record still today. You see those ding-dongs that say white men can't jump? It's not funny because they have no idea what they're talking about. It's like saying Eminem can't be a rapper. He's been the best rapper on the planet still today. So keep in mind one thing, flat out. Don't listen to those dummies around you. God gave you a gift and a dream. Why don't you see it, believe it, go get it? The only thing in your way after meeting me will be you. Get out of the way and I'll rebuild your life for you, and I'll even hand you the keys. Get a job? Get an SS4. What's it for? 1040 tax return. They just wanted to track your income so they can tax you some more. It's the IRS's rules and tools too. Yes, you got your Experian, your Transio, and Equifax. Oh, goody for you. And most of you jacked it up and screwed it up because you went past 29%. Still want a stick in the back of the card. Have you written it down yet? Because I don't want you bringing the pain home like I had as a kid. I got used and abused. All right, you have no idea. So, all right, tell me your sad story. We'll get past it. Believe me, I've been through everything you've been through and more. All right, the bottom line is pretty simple today. You are the collateral for the United States of America. Ever since Nixon took the gold standard out, hell, they can print money 24/7. We're all sinners. Me too. I'm a pastor too. So I just tell it like it is, and I ask God to forgive me every day. So write down Ray's rules, please. I want you to have $100,000 of credit. I know you're going to say, that's too much. Excuse me. The last time you lost your job or had an emergency, you backed yourself in a corner. All right, you did. And that's your own fault. So let's remember something today. You're going to need some safety credit. See, we're going to get through pandemic number 19. 4 more years from now, there'll be another one. Are you going to retrain your family the right way? You see, today, 100,000 of credit, use 29%. That leaves you 71,000 of safety. In case blank hit the fan, in case you lost your job, in case there's a pandemic, you can feed your family to 2 years. I made 2 promises to myself years ago. One, I'd never hold a baby unless it's my first child, and I kept that promise too. That I would master all the rules and tools, that I'd never bring the pain home to my wife, who's my rock, and believe me, I would never bring the pain home to her. All right, there's no reason I could do that at all. Most of you take that money and that credit from your family. Hell, you rolled the dice and go, wee, honey, let's hurt the family some more. Why did you bring the pain home when you didn't have to? Write down, never bring the pain home. After meeting me, I'm going to hold your hand. I'll do the work for you too. I got no excuses. As my wife says, this is my hobby. Let's see if I can play with you today. All right, write down Ray's rules, please. So understand me, I've been in 2 comas in my life so far. First coma, I was 5.5 years old. You see, I got this gift that God gave me. I watched the kids ride their bicycle that day. All right, for about 5 minutes. Then I grabbed a bike and I rode it and went, wee! See, they called me a kid as a cloner. I could do anything anybody does and do it against exactly like they do. I screwed up that day. You see, what I didn't do is I didn't watch them how they stopped the bicycle. I didn't know to push the pedal back. That was the brake. So I used my face. Pop! 40 miles an hour. And I'm in a coma. I woke up and the lady says, if you need to go pee-pee, ring the bell. So I've been to hell and back, so let me tell you something flat out. I rang that bell till my hand was friggin' numb. I crawled on my belly to the toilet to go pee-pee. Then I got up again. My last coma is 2009. With billions of dollars, I still get to die. God allowed that to happen too. What happened to me? I took people on my corporate yacht that my wife invited to watch the fireworks the night before. And one of them had H1N1, pandemic number 9. You know, and me, it killed me the next day. I died and the clock went beep, beep, beep at 5:41 in the afternoon. So guess what? I made a promise to God when I heard my wife scream her head off that day. I said, please let me go back. She needs me, and I will help people the rest of my life. I promise you I'll do that too. So guess what? There's my yacht. There's my race boat. There's my backyard. There's the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor. There's the address too. I will challenge anybody, knowledge to knowledge on this planet. And if anybody tells you to, be uncomfortable, or you're lacking this and that from those stupid things that you got invited to the other day, invite me. I'll take them on in a minute. Boom. I got an IQ off the friggin' chart. And if you're uncomfortable, good. I want you uncomfortable. Because that's when you grow the most. So living there and being in the coma and dying, that kind of sucked. Kind of ruined my day. And then my tax guy stole my life too because he heard I died. So guess what? No excuses after today. When God finally let me live and get out of that coma, I got to walk around with an oxygen tank for 5 weeks. I couldn't call mommy and daddy and go, please help me. Why? Because they threw me away like a piece of trash as a little boy. Now, I basically went after my credit score back to an 820. By the way, I knew how to do that. I can do it for you. It's not hard to do it all, but you're going to have to listen and learn. Then from there, I popped a $1 million credit card again. I have my 5 closet divisions. Write that down, please. I always have a backup for a backup because I'm afraid of one thing. Going back to the pier, begging and stealing. It sucks. Today, you got no choice. You got what? You don't get a do-over. You get to live or die. I tell you to wear a mask, but how you can argue about that too. It takes a moment to die. Don't you get this? And a lifetime to live. Let's pick the lifetime to live, please. Pandemic 9 kills me. Now we got pandemic 19. What about the next one coming around? I want you to understand I'm going to hold your hand, get you where you want to go, and you're going to be prepared for the next one this time. Now, I need you to do something that I've been doing since I was 2.5. Now, you ready? When I was 2.5 years old, being used and abused and beat one more time, I found myself on the floor looking in the mirror. I was 2.5, and I said, I got to get myself out of this. I said that at 2.5, by the way. You see, ever since that day, I wake up at 2:30 in the morning, or 2:20. 2:20 every morning, every day, with no alarm. I haven't needed one since I was 2.5 years old. You know what I did this morning? At 2:20 in the morning, I went to my knees and said, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I went and looked in the mirror for 2 minutes. You see, what I do is I put myself in check. My past, I use it as fuel to get me pissed off to go get it. You never give up, ever. You see, when you look in the mirror, ask yourself 2 questions. It's pretty simple to do. Have I completed everything I need to? The answer is no. Is there more to be done? Always. The problem with all of you, and I'm going to say 100% of you, you keep going to your friends and family and ask what they think. I don't give a damn what they think. You see, the problem is you let that cloud your direction. Are they going for a million and billion? Do they have the dream? Do they see exactly what God gave you? Do yourself a favor for 90 days. Shut up. Shh. For 90 days, I want you to promise yourself, let me do what I do best, and I'll rebuild you to a million. Next thing, we're going to have some fun with that too. What's going to happen flat out, they're going to see things change in your life, and then they're going to go, how'd you do this or that? That's when you're going to say, raisecredit.com. You got a choice today. I want you to let me give you the money. You know, when Rich Dad Poor Dad stole my concept and my words, basically cash flow, free up your time. All right, I argued with him years ago too. He don't remember diddly squat. His little credit card when he got a condo. Oh, kiss my assets too. I'm so tired of BBB, blah, 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 blah. You need the money. You need it flat out. That's how you finance the American dream. What are you going to do? Win the lottery today? You won that $1 billion the other day too? Give me a break. See, money, it does things for me. One thing, I don't have to steal and beg off the pier. I can feed my family, pay my bills. I can help you. I haven't had a paycheck for 21 years. So I'm from Show Me State. Now, we're getting older, slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. You go back to that job that you hate. It's okay. When they fire you, you're going to go deliver some pizza. Is that your American dream? You got your tablet and pen? I want you to write this down. Do not take a picture. Do not film it at all because you're not allowed to. But here's the thing. When you write it down, it gets here. I want to make sure I get you a $100,000 credit card, corporate card, so you can write it off. Corporations write off interest rate and credit cards too. Now, I want to set up the corporation the right way. If you got one, I'll build that one for you too, because 98% when they get it don't do diddly squat. So let's understand, you're going to get your first property through a division. I wrote the rules in 1986. You get it from the horse's mouth versus the horse's you know what. I want your first franchise funded in the next 6 months or less. It will have a drive-through. If you do not want to run it, there are companies that run it for you too. You got to make sure you got an income through any pandemic. Now, here's your 12 months goal list. I want $1 million in a corporate bank account, tax-free. I want you living in your dream house like I do. The next thing from there, owning $5 million of real estate and franchises too. Are you ready to play? Every one of you pissed away thousands of dollars in the past. All right, you bought some books how to get money and get rich too? Give me a break. Okay, unless that person's going to hand you the money or tell you how to go get it, all right, it's still blah, blah, blah at the end of the day. I'm going to hold your hand every step of the way. Hell, I'll do the work for you too. I got no excuses. Let's understand for me, because I'm afraid to not have some money. I even go get some Visa gift cards. I usually get them from Sam's, Walmart, or anything else, or even Staples too. Why? I put about $1,000 of those in my pocket. I don't like carrying cash. So what do? If I need that money, I go cash it in, or I slide it through my own damn phone through a Square. See, your problem is you're not thinking. You got to realize you got to go get it. See it, believe it, go get it. Nothing gets in your way besides you. God gave you a gift. Let's go get it, please. Now let's understand, being with Mrs. Hope, the greatest thing that ever happened to me, even though she used and abused me physically and mentally, all right, when she's a she-devil from hell, you know what I learned when I was 7.5 years old? A corporation is a legal person. Write it down. You can use that 300 different ways legitimately. Oh my God, please, Lord, get these people to friggin' listen and put it in their head. It drives me nuts because you got a choice. Your choice, maybe you like bringing the pain home. I don't get it. You wanted what? The blueprint, the instruction manual too? What did you get? Blah, blah, blah. See, when I had to go back to that library every day at 7.5 to 9.5 years old. And when I started helping hand industries and got 100,000 at 9.5, a million at 14, double billion at 26, I'm from Show Me State. So what I had to do is very simple. She said a corporation is a legal person. I wanted to know how to do that. I got the librarian next to the Torrance Police Department. Nice lady. Here's a book. Here's a microfiche too. I read that damn book and I was pissed off at the end of the day. I can usually read a page at a time. I write with both hands at the same time and I talk too. They thought I was nuts. It may be true, but guess what we can do? There's the blueprint. Those 12 books and CDs. Alright, or how I brought in $2 billion at 26. It's not going to tell you the damn story at all. It's going to show you step by step how to do it. $841 million of real estate before the coma. All in the corporate structure too. I was trying to hit $1 billion that year. I wrote the book called Buckets of Money, Tax Balancing, Become the Bank. Alright, international banking too, one of my theses in the past. Oh, I even wrote Winning the Game of Business, don't forget that too. See, when I was at the Bonaventure, every Wednesday night at 7 a.m. there was a line around the hotel to get a hold of me. You know why? For $20,000 a pop. I gave them the book CDs in my classes too. Now, I was lucky last year. A company I was donating my time to, literally, when they heard they can get an extra $600 per week, they gave themselves a damn raise called unemployment. They didn't get laid off or get fired. They walked out the friggin' door. They all lied, just like those people in prison too. Maybe they get caught, but in their warehouse and they walked away, they had my books and CDs. We got a sales team here at raisecredit.com. They're great. Bottom line is they'll charge you for 18 books and CDs about $1,000. I'm trying to save the family's house. All right, this bottom line is simple. When I got a group of people, if it's not from the church or other people too, I want to try to save their house or save their problem too. Kind of like there's open and closing businesses today. This is a one-chance opportunity because I was going back to $4.99, half price. Today, all right, to help me save that family's house, it's simple. It's $199. If you Zelle that, because I don't like banks, I like basically Zelle. Merchants, I think, suck. Bottom line, you Zelle it, it'll get shipped right away. Then I want you to get in my workshops with me some more. Always tell Gina, because when someone drops the ball around here, she lets me know right away. Because I don't let them drop the ball, because I'll scream and yell at them too. Because this is basically one thing. For 43 years, I help people. What God gave me, He wants me to share. So guess what? The more I give you, the more He gives to me. It works. Ray at raisecredit.com. Attention Gina if you got a problem or you Zelle it right away. No more excuses for any of you. I'm going to rebuild your credit using my $10 million of history. I'm going to put a rapid rescore in case I have to block any crap. If you have a corporation, articles I'll solicit, that's okay. I'll build that one for you too. If not, I'll hand it to you for free. You get into one of my programs today. By the line, please. Your cards in your purse or wallet, pull them out now. I'll stick you in the back. What is the limit? What is 29%? What is 25%? That's how you maintain an 820 credit score. You've been using the wrong money in the first place, ladies and gentlemen. I don't get it. If everybody did exactly what I told them to do right out of high school, they never have a problem again in their life. I got to make you the qualified CFO. Bottom line, you have to understand how to play. Now, if you want to make millions in real estate, let me know. Could be a fixer-up or a duplex, an apartment complex too. I still want to convince you to get a franchise, please. And if you don't want to run it, there are companies that do that for you too. Now, when I was incorporating rich and famous people for years, it didn't matter if it's Sugar St. Mosley, Oscar, the Lakers, the Clippers too, all the good. It didn't matter if it's Magic Johnson as well. And I'll show you some pictures today. I invented 84 ways to leverage money to $100 million. Maybe that's too much for you. All right. Now here's a Lamborghini. You didn't like that car? I got my first one as a kid. You see, rich and famous people drive company cars. They rot it all off. But now you, what do? You get your paycheck, you get the leftover. You pay your bills, you should not. And then you pay for a car. And then you have what? You take all the money from the family and credit. And you go, wee, honey, let's hurt the family some more. You have no idea what getting used and abused as a kid is. It pissed me off to make sure I mastered every rule and tool. You know what? I didn't go to high school. The government tested me at T. Winkle Junior High. I got to be in Orange Coast College, a government program too. So let's understand something today. You really want to go get it? You let me know. Because right now your car's registered to you. Why? Why would you register a car? It's like putting a bullseye in your back today. How many bloodsucker attorneys do you see on TV? Write down tax ID and division. Tax ID what? Division. Write it down again and again and again. You're going to have to learn how to protect your assets too. Now what happens with you today? Your paycheck, they call it taxable income, by the way. Oh, you pay the payment, the gas registration, insurance too? Why don't you yell the word no as loud as you can? Don't you get this? The rules are simple. The IRS wrote the rule book, and you keep playing the rules the wrong way. Let's play the way that you should play. Would you like a company car too? It's all up to you. Now let's remember, SSN equaled what? A job, 1040 tax return. That's all you got is one. Oh, by the way, here's SS4 times 4. Can you write it down some more? SS4 times what? 4? I want you to have the pattern of 4, and I want you to look at basically line 10 on that SS4 form. It says banking and credit purposes. Do you understand, as an affiliate, I can issue a card off one of my cards and ask for separate billing for you? Now you got your own account, just because you played with me. Alright, remember, it says banking and credit purposes. Try it on your own, you'll fall on your face because it doesn't work for you unless you got an affiliate like me. That'll be your choice today. Remember that grocery store and that bank you see in your city today? That's closed the location, they bankrupt the piece, still in business today. They know how to play. What happened to you? You didn't learn how to play the game. Now, don't tell me they're closing banks because of the pandemic. I heard that from some ding-dong the other day. The average bank has been closing down 100 locations per year for the last 10 years. It's right in front of you. Now this is what I want you to draw. Are you ready to draw for me, please? Get out that tablet and pen and write it down again and again and again. Wrote the rules in 86. It's called the line of defense. You see, if one of these pieces have a problem, we're going to do the 3-step. We're going to disconnect, isolate, incorporate 2. Get rid of the piece, keep all the other pieces. We're not bringing the pain where? Home. You brought the pain home for the lack of knowledge. And I'll take on anybody on the planet today, period. I don't care if it's Tony Baloney, a rich dad, poor dad, or the guy with the stupid hat on. Alright? Let's understand something today. The only card that does not affect the 29% rule are these. Here's 10 million in my hand. Would you like some? Bottom line, that's some show me state. Let's show you and get past go. I want you to have a corporation. Draw the diagram right there. Come on. What are you waiting for? Corporation and 9 divisions. Every division should have a bucket of money, credit reports, piece of property, and a franchise too. Just in case one of them falls apart, we basically disconnect the piece. Now, what you get to do is understand, I can get you one for you in the corporation, usually simultaneously, after I rebuild you. Ultimate goal, I charge $1,000 of my time. See, I'm $3,000 an hour. I'm booked 9 months in advance too. So the bottom line is get to my workshop, so that way that you don't have to pay any more. Today, because I'm trying to save that family's house between now and 2 o'clock before the sale happens. They got till 2 o'clock. If I don't basically be able to find a way, there they are, out in the street too. $275, it's a giveaway. Zell it right away. Zell, zell, zell. I'll build one up for you and your corporation too. If you want one, tell me what you want it for. Now I'll let Gina know. She'll always follow through. Now here's the thing, if you allow me to do it right. That means I'm going to do it. For every SS4 you allow me to get for you, I build you an Experian, Equifax, and a TransUnion. Everything about the IRS rules is true. You get to write off corporate credit and interest rate too. Bottom line, it's up to you. You see, it's called SS4 times 4. Don't name a corporation after you. Don't name her what it does. That's dumb and double dumb too. I know one of you are going to say, what about Ray's Credit, Ray's Webinar? It's a marketing name. Bottom line is, all the rich and famous people, they don't let their parent company do anything besides own companies. Set up your line of defense. Real estate, franchise, current business. I'll get you $100,000 to $1 million card if you want. But again, that's up to you. Bottom line is very simple because I want to understand. Why'd you bring the pain home? I want to get you $100,000 of personal credit. How much are we going to use? 29%. What do we put on the back of the card? Sticky. I want to make sure you have the discipline. No matter what anybody says or does, never bring the pain home. Ray's rules are simple. SSN equals basically a job. Follow you, get your tax, that's it. SS 4 times 4. What was it on line 10 again? It's in front of you again. You going to pay attention again? It says banking and credit purposes. You see, you've wasted thousands. I want you to invest in yourself today. I'll help you, you help me, we help another family too. That's how it works. You see, one thing I will not want you to do is violate the rules. In other words, do not apply for credit during my program. I always get 6 out of 10 that do that all the time. You see what happens? They get these in the mail, or they see the green lights I create, and then go poppity pop. But again, sometimes I don't listen and learn. She didn't listen. She went on her own, got a $300 card. It's simple. I wiped out everything he had legitimately. Open sky. He only has a 621. My first starter card, because I owe him a $1,000 card. I gave him a promise, and I always come through. It was $3,000. How did I do? Now, you want me to increase the card today? Let me know. Because I'm giving it away because I got to create every little dollar I can to help the family today. It's all up to you. There I am, creating one on the radio show too. And COVID-19 got it all screwed up again. That's okay. Alright, it's always faith and persistence for me. I don't give up. Instead of $1,000, increase one of your cards. Because remember, the last one I did it, I got him $35,000. Sales was pissed off because they sell the credit lines at 10%. So the bottom line, you got nothing to lose today to try it. It's $129. Pretty simple to do. If you want 3 cards instead of 2,000, it's $345. Now remember, if you only had 1 card to do today and you want to do 3, as I get you the credit, the new credit card, I get to increase it too. You see, I made a promise to you. All you got to do is sell it. Now this is called credit rebuilding. Alright, legitimately using state and federal laws that are public record. Rapid refresh, I created it. Guy gave it to me to give you. By the way, I own the rights to it. Nobody on the planet can do it at all. It usually pushes you up about 200 points. So you go to a class for 90 days to put information here about personal credit. The office sells this package, both of these pieces, for $9.98. That's a good price to you too. But I always do this. For the last 43 years, whatever you invest in when I offer anything, back to you, I'm going to give you anywhere from 2 to 10 times your investment back to you. I want to take away your excuses. So today, $4.99, and I give you a $1,000 card. The difference is today, I'm going to do it for $3.99. Now, if you don't want, you got to have it both. Never mind, I was going to discount it again, but no. Without rapid rescore to shoot up that score, you're going to, oh, the negative's gone. What? You can't get any more. $3.99 is the best price for you. Starter package for a millionaire. Do you really want to be a millionaire? If you want to be a millionaire, you want a $1 million paycheck, raise your hand so I can call that silly and dumb. You see, the IRS gets basically $625,000 of that million. You get $375. Now what happens? Let's bring $1 million in a corporation. All the money comes in. We get to pay all the bills first, then pay tax on the leftover. You understand? When you get a paycheck, you get the leftover. The corporation, they get to pay the bills. They get the leftover instead. It's the rules, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to rebuild you to a CFO, an 820. If you have a corporation, articles, tax ID, I'll build the one you got if you want me to. If not, I'm going to hand you the articles, also tax ID for free in this program. I want you in setup in level 1. Kind of like what you do when you watch your favorite movie too. Let's listen carefully, because you always say the lines before they do. Now, my setup and my level 1 are twice a week. It's Wednesday at 10 a.m. and it's Saturday at 10 a.m. Same time, Pacific Standard Time. Go to one, go to both. I don't care. I want to play with you for 90 days. I want it here. Now, the office sales are for $1,999 today. Understand, I'm handing you $10,000 of credit. What is again? 10,000. And that's 10 times. That means I'm going to charge you $999 today. For $999, you're stuck with me while I'm doing the work, showing you how I do it for you. You get all the goodies that belong to you anyway, and you're putting it up here. There's no excuses, is there? Today, since I'm trying to raise money, it's $7.99 as long as you Zelle during the webinar. If you don't Zelle right away, sales will talk to you and say, well, you didn't do it at the time that he told you to. Millionaire in the Making Workshop. I believe every one of you should become a corporate millionaire. I think you should do it in 6 months or less. Some of you kind of take a little long to listen and learn too. So maybe it'll take 9 months. I won't give up on you. Don't give up on yourself. CFO, articles, also tax ID, setup class level 1. The office sells this for $3,995. The reason why is they give you $25,000 of credit. $25,000 of credit. 10 times back, that means you would pay $2,499 today. If you listen very carefully today, I'm going to do that for $1,999. You're guaranteed $25,000 of credit. Also, after you Zelle it, don't be surprised if I call you personally. That's right, because I want to make sure you don't screw this up and have that blueprint. But again, $1,000 of credit, I'll give that to you for every referral you give me. See, you can watch me on Facebook, YouTube, and Google. That's fine. What if you're missing the PowerPoint in front of me? Well, go to raiswebinar.com, get the full overview, and never bring the pain home. The ultimate goal is for you. You know, when I paid attention, I wrote down everything I could. See, being dropped off Redondo Beach Pier was good for me because I saw Torrance Rocks, Palos Verdes, and Marina del Rey. I saw money. How did they get it? I studied that since I was a little boy. So Chapter 18 here is not legal advice. It tells you flat out, corporation's a legal person. It may sue or be sued. You see, what you have to understand is it has more rights to do with me. So here's the goal. United States of America Incorporated, they set up their line of defense called states. Every state, they set up their cities. Every city is a corporation too. My question to you is, why haven't you set up your line of defense? The only thing I ever get told is no one told me to, Ray. I didn't have a choice. I had to get out of hell. And the only way I could do it, I wasn't winning the lottery getting a raise. I was just a little kid. So guess what today? I want you to plan the problem, just like the United States of America did. So they created Chapter 9 bankruptcy for themselves for cities. If you don't know this, you are, all right, we the people. It's your constitutional right. You know, I know a lot of people let you down in the past, all right, or you let yourself down too. Nixon took the gold standard out. They got the key to the printing press. You and me, SSN, get a job, 1040 tax return, that's all it was for. Every hospital is federally mandated that when a woman delivers a baby, they hand her a form within 3 hours or less for the SSN for the baby. Baby's not getting a job. That allows them not only to bond the baby and print some more money. Mama don't sign that form, baby's not going in the stroller. The car seat cannot go home. I'll bet you, the baby's going home. Don't bring the pain home, please. All I know, it doesn't matter if it's rich and famous people. It doesn't matter if it's cities. It doesn't matter if it's, the grocery store or the bank. I can prove what I tell you again and again. It's right around you. 1 o'clock on Saturdays. All right, as God is my witness, the only thing I'll ever ask you to do is 2 things. Can you follow through? Sometimes I'm waiting for you to follow through so I can do my job some more. But again, that's every Saturday at 1 o'clock. I'm the one who does your analyzations, and I tell you all about it too. Now, Walt Disney, Newsweek, amazing. You see, they didn't want to pay tax on $1 billion. They know how to play the game. They wrote an IOU to themselves. They paid no tax on $1 billion. If Mickey can play the game, so can you. Please listen. Personal credit has to be put aside, 25 to 29%. That's it. Can't write off the card interest rate at all. I know online you're going to see somebody that says trade lines. All right, let's understand. If you look at the Fair Trade and you look at basically the Fair Lending Act, Using someone else's history when they're not the one popping the credit is a violation, I believe, in public law. Trade lines are crap. Oh, you don't have to guarantee? Tell me some more BS too. Everybody needs cash credit. Do you understand cash? Do you understand cash? Who's going to pay the lights? All right, the Staples card? Who's going to pay the employees? Who's going to pay you? I want you to understand something. 8 cards per division. Cash cards. 9 lines of credit per division if you want. Then we'll consider supply credit, vendor credit, marketing credit, lease credit, gas cards too. Not until then, because I'm going to make you the qualified CFO you need to be, and I'll guarantee it too. Ultimate goal? I'm afraid to be broke. It scares that, you know what, out of me. When I came out of that coma, all right, the bottom line for me was pretty simple. All right, it scared the you know what out of me. All right, because we're homeless again. Oh, what are you talking about? I got kids and a wife. My life got destroyed and they stole it. I got to have my Visa cards in my pocket. I got to have my Visa cards. Because that way if I need to go cash them in or slide it through my own cell phone, I can. The ultimate goal, you got to understand, you get to play the game too. Gold and platinum cards today, you don't have to worry about the 29% rule at all. Corp, 9 across the board. Now, I can get you 1 if you want them for the corporation too. Usually I can pop both at the same time. Gold card, there's a lot of work to bring it up, so I charge about $1,000. Today, it's $275. I'm just giving it away to bring in some money today to help some families too. You zealot, you zealot, you zealot. Now, you always tell Gina at ray@raisecredit.com too. Ultimate goal, credit rebuilding today. All right, instead of $499, you get a $1,000 cash card. You want to check with that too? It's $399 for you. All right, starter package for a millionaire. 90 days of workshops, and you get to see what I get to do for you, and you get to get it here, and I hand you $10,000 of credit back. And normally it's half price. Today, an extra bonus. All right, it's now. I listen carefully. I gave another discount today too. $6.99. As long as you sell it during the webinar. I just need 2 people to do that right away. From there, millionaires in the making. Bottom line, instead of $4,000, all right, instead of $24.99, extra bonus today, it is $1,999. You're getting $25,000 of cash credit. You're solving the problem. I'm doing the work for you too. All I need is 1 person to do that. I can help other people too, and then I can help you. Ultimate goal, you zell, you zell, you zell. That's what needs to be done. You can wire or deposit too. You always let Gina know because she'll always help follow through. Now, Mr. Buffett's father, I studied him first, then I studied Mr. Buffett. This guy's fun. See, he uses borrowed money to buy businesses. Borrowed money's not taxable. Then he's basically just stock transfer too. He owns over 100 companies, by the way. He's playing the game. Why aren't you? You see, it's like my client who won a lottery ticket for $1 million. Calls up 16 times, Ray. Yes? How can I help you today? He said, my tax person wants me to pay the tax so I don't get in trouble. I said, well, that might be true because Richard, my client who won Survivor, the first show, pissed it away, and they put him in prison for 3.5 years. He goes, Ray, the tax. I go, well, it's not due till next year. And as long as you don't screw it up, you're okay. But you got to be able to trust yourself. He goes, what would you do? I said, I'd reference it by 3. Then on the application, I would get 5 times. That's $15 million of credit. I'd get a McDonald's, got a drive-through. By the way, he used Ray's rules. He listened. He got $15 million of credit. He paid the tax and got a McDonald's. All right, you see, there's ways to use leveraging so everybody gets to win too. Ultimate goal. Cash flow free up your time. I've been teaching that for almost 40 years. I still believe Rich Dad, Poor Dad stole it from me too, but that's okay. All right, in his books and CDs, talks about a little credit card getting a condo. I'm going to hand you the money. Okay? The bottom line is people need the real thing, not a secret in the story too. My dashboards, simple. All right, authorized users, crap. Trade lines are crap. I think they're against the law. And you got to be a CFO. Bottom line is I got classes all the time, up to 5 a day, Monday through Friday, and all day Saturday, 9 o'clock, 9 of those too. You see, I usually broadcast up to 25 times a week live. I don't like pre-recorded crap, by the way. Now I got a Q&A twice a week too. Ultimate goal, I'm the guy that wrote the rules how to get daisy chaining a credit. I can turn every card into 99 more, but here's the problem. We can't do it on personal credit because you can't write it off. But the IRS rules are public record. They say corporate credit, you can write it off. The interest rate in the credit card too. How much would you like? We could use Ray's rules for 1,000 rules. That's $1 million company. Don't have the intent to rip anybody off or defraud them, please. Me, I just want to get you the corporation, line of defense, and build you a bunch of credit and hold your hand. And then hopefully get you into real estate or franchise too. All these people up here from Wells Fargo to Citi to bank, didn't matter what they did. At the end of the day, all they did is the 3-step. They disconnect, isolate, incorporated. They couldn't save a piece. You know what they did to the piece? They bankrupted the piece. They kept all the other pieces. But they never brought the pain where? Home. Why'd you bring the pain home? The only thing you can say is lack of knowledge. Pretty simple to do. I had someone already wrote here, all right, you can't save everyone, Ray. I'm going to try. Let's see what I can do. See, Ray's rules to buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, record in a trust. If your assets are not in a trust today, sorry. Somebody sues you, they probably take it away. Next thing is basically you die, it gets stuck into probate. Your family got diddly squat, by the way. You see, what you got to realize is this, when you fix up that property today, if that's what you want to do, you're going to hire a contractor that hires subcontractors to stand outside Home Depot. Good workers, they cut every corner they can, maybe. What if they slip and fall and they sue you and take everything you got? Why don't you think about any property you ever get? Quick, clean, deed it to a division. How about an assignment of equity too? This way, guess what? When they try to sue you at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? You see, if you don't have a trust today, I would pick irrevocable trust if I was you. But you got to pick whatever you want to. Now, please, the IRS rule book is the rule book we have to play by. They tell you flat out corporations do not pay tax when they bring in money. They only pay tax on profit. So if you play right, but if you paid, what's called peekaboo, the IRS made a mess, please go to irs.gov and fix it. Get your, download a form called 656 of 433A and B. You see, you can get your COVID-19 check. The next one's coming up. Get your butt back in the system, please. Now, here's the thing I want you to think about. When you fix up a property, I want to show you at the workshops to use divisions to go to the manufacturer to save up to 70%. I want you to use their money to fix up the property anyway. Why would you use yours? By the way, I don't want you to have a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days anyway. Escrow closes all the debt. Now maybe you got $200,000 left over. Don't act like you're rich because you're not. If you've had $10,000 to $100,000 in the past and you pissed away and now you're broke today, shame on you. You should write down Ray's rules. Leveraging money. Borrow money's not taxable, by the way. Line of defense. You see, here's the Ray Reynolds University before the coma. It was only 22,000 square foot, double building in Irvine Spectrum. The bank was at the location almost every day going, You see, when you got money, they always kiss your assets. Don't have a pot to piss in? Hell, they don't know your name. Why don't you let me teach you some leveraging ways? Banks level from the bank, borrow from the feds times 10. They'll loan back 5 to you. That could be up to $3 million from that escrow. That would be leveraging money, raise rules. Why don't we go get a McDonald's today? They seem to have a drive-through through pandemics. What do you think? Now, here's some clients in the past. Mrs. Fishborn and her son, Lawrence, Mr. Clinton, too. Michael, Kirk and Vane, Ferrari, Kevin Costner, on, and even Freeway Ricky Ross, who were basically born in the same area, too. Bottom line, how about college professors? Oh, guess what? You're going to have to beat your doubt. You're going to have to run your own race, but I want to coach you the rest of my life if you allow me to. Ultimate goal today, just to think about a little bit about leveraging money. $100,000 a card, let's take $50,000 off the card. Let's look up C191D too. It says 8 ways of loan. What if I took $50,000 and I loaned it to 5 people, $10,000 apiece? I put a second on their house, a homestead blocker, and a UCC one of the chattel mortgage too. Now understand, gave them $10,000. Now this created $2,449 per month after the card is paid every month. I also called that company, it's my money, I want it now, J.J. Woodworth. The next day they handed me the $10,000 back anyway. I factor it. By the way, if it's basically $24.99 is not enough for you, how about $4,800? How about $73.47? You have to understand something today. I can show you how to leverage the money I build you to get cash flow free up your time. You can design that yourself, please. And that's why I created it years ago too. Now there's $4.4 million of credit on a checkbook. There's 9 lines of credit too. So let's understand today. I'm not going to show you anything I didn't obtain myself. From mansions to helicopters to yachts, I got to get you past go. Ultimate goal, this was my favorite one. Here's the corporate yacht. Here's the race boat too, parked in my backyard. Where you park yours again? Helicopter, Lamborghini, and building 2. Now, I'd like you to change your driver's license. Can you listen to me, please? You see, here's my problem. You're not protecting your ass correctly. I'm going to repackage everything. I'm talking to everything, too. You wrote a check the other day over here. You gave me your driver's license for identity. The next day, your house was robbed. How did that happen? Is that a miracle, too? Ray's rules. Never bring the pain home. Remember, after the Schaefer bill, you have the Driver's Privacy Protection Act, too. I said house, car, bank account. We're not done. Your whole life, too. Guess what? You had a car, the last one you bought. You let somebody sweat you for hours on end. Kind of weird, huh? You had up to 9 inquiries. Lost $5,000, too. And when they handed you the paper, you should have wrote next to your signature, this allows 1 inquiry only. You should have took a picture, by the way. Unfortunately, you didn't do that. I'm sorry you didn't do that. See, today, you're a duck. The registered owner of that car happens to be you. I don't understand. It doesn't compute for me. I'll just show you some stuff because I'm the most verified guy on the planet today. Here's the Lamborghinis and buildings and more. You can do this too. I'll build your dream corporation from you. I just want you in the classes while I do the work for you anyway. So remember today, if you bump a car at the grocery store, a little bumpity bump, that other person's going to say, whiplash, I'm going to die. And then they're going to ask you for driver's license, insurance, registration, please. And the next thing's going to happen is their heart's going to fall out of your chest. Think about that address. Please, corporations can pay for the insurance. And please stop being a registered, to a car. You're driving that car today. It's registered to you. Somebody bumps you, somebody you bump, doesn't matter who does the bumpity bump. You're going to find out someone's going to call a bloodsucker attorney off TV. They're going to sue you and take everything you got. Unfortunately, that's up to you. Ray's rules are pretty simple. I want you to learn from the workshops. The registered owner on every car you got today and in the future happen to be a division of a corporation so they can get diddly squat. Please, please, please let me repackage your whole life. You got that grocery store, you got that bank too. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you. All we got to do is put the things together correctly too. So the bottom line is up to you. Here I got someone popped a question. I usually don't answer this, but I'm trying to raise money for people today. Could you put a deal package together? For Dun & Bradstreet, credit history, 3 divisions, tax ID, history, gold card, and build it up in history for $7.99. You sell it in the next 5 minutes? The answer is yes, because I got to help people today. I will never turn anybody away. It's just not my nature. So sell it right away. There you go. Okay, this is recorded. It's printed out next too. Guess what? You got a deal if you sell it right away. One thing I'll do, it's like I got people say, can I make a payment? You make a commitment. I don't let you down, no matter what you say or do. The ultimate goal is understand. Those grocery stores and banks are in your city are real. They shut down a piece. They're still in business, but you brought the pain home. It's just the truth. If you did exactly what I created in 1986, the line of defense. If a bad piece happens, you could get rid of the piece and never bring the pain where? Home. This is up to you. All I did is put the things together the right way. Gold and platinum cards, understand today, guess what? The 29% rule does not affect them at all. That's the ultimate goal for all of you. I'd like you to get a corporation in 9 divisions. I'd like you to learn how to daisy chain credit and have some fun. If a cat can have 9 lives, so can you. They offer up to, what, $99 per card? You got a choice. Gold and platinum. Today, I'm giving them away at $275 to raise some dollars today instead of $9.99. You zealot, you zealot, you zealot, you zealot. That's the bottom line. Always let Gina know too, because she will follow through. The ultimate goal at the end of the day, Dun & Bradstreet. I had 2 people ask, so I popped it up for you. If you want me to do the Dun & Bradstreet for you, remember, it's supply and vendor credit. I don't like doing it in the beginning, but I have to answer your question today. I always build it with 5 accounts, instant credit. I normally charge $9.99. That's it. Today, it's $3.99, 5 accounts for you. The ultimate goal is to make sure you know how to play. There's the Zelle. Remember, after that's built up, I want you to get a Staples Instant card and get Visa cards for about $1,000. Put them in your purse or wallet as safety, just in case. I always have to play the just in case. My wife asked me on July 3rd, 2009, can we take people on the yacht tomorrow to watch the fireworks? Yes, sweetheart, no matter what. You see, I took the corporate card. All right, I get to write off the card interest rate. It was $1,600 for the gas. I even wrote off the yacht. There's the address, the largest U-Dock in Huntington Harbor. I got no BS to give you, but I will change your life. I didn't know the next day I'd be in a coma. Okay, bottom line, there's me. When I heard my wife scream her head off in that coma, I asked God to give me another chance. And I promised to help every one of you. Now I know what I look like when I'm dead. That's when my heart stopped at 5:41. They called the time of death, by the way. But he gave me that chance. Someone came on my yacht with H1N1, pandemic number 9. Guess what? I came out of the coma eventually. I get to walk around with an oxygen tank. I put my score at 820. I turned around from there and I popped $1 million card again. I don't have excuses, and I'm going to take away all your excuses too. God's using me today, if you pay attention, please. All I can show you is the proof and the proof and the proof and the proof. It's not going to be in a book saying you can do this or you'll steal someone else's lines. I'm going to tell you flat out. That Lamborghini and that building tax ID, it's called reaching the dream. Now remember, I've been told I know a billion times from a bunch of dummies. Think and be the impossible. I seem to have done it all my life. You got to play. This is up to you. Give me 90 days, you'll get to your $1 million dream. Seminar, workshop, and boot camp. I don't pass the buck. Specialty classes too. Ultimate goal is to help you all the way. Got Q&A twice a week too. Now motivation, I love motivation. Don't get me wrong, I do. But the bottom line with the guy with the hat, the bottom line is he didn't have a pot to piss in till we blah blah blah. He needed your money to get his dream. I brought in my $2 billion by this time I was 26. I didn't need anybody's money. All right, and if all the motivational speakers in the world, like Steve, who him and I argued when we were on the beat years ago, it took him 20 years. Nothing wrong with that at all. How about we go get it in 6 months to a year or less? Let's get you the money. Let's get you the dream. Remember, let's talk about your story today. Let's get you the 820, $100,000 of credit called safety, corporation divisions up to $1 million of credit. Bottom line, stop being stuck. Get stuck with me, because I'll guarantee it too. The ultimate goal today, I want to repackage your life, your whole life, your house, your car, your bank, and even more. You have no idea. But the bottom line is, the reason I wanted to get rid of the books and CDs, I don't want them on the market today. I don't want you spending $1,000. I want you to bring them to the classes online with me in level 1, 2, and 3 and everything else we do. It's $199 today. It's a giveaway. But you got to sell it so we can ship it right away. Always let Gina know she's in charge of shipping and handling. Credit rebuilding today, I'm giving it away for $399 to raise some money. Give you a $1,000 card. Starter package for a millionaire. You get the classes and workshops for 90 days with me. I'm doing most of the work for you anyway, and a 820 score, CFO. 10,000 of credit back to you. The extra price today, I even cut it again. It's $699. $699 today. You get $10,000 of bonus credit back to you cash. If you don't do it during the webinar, I'm sorry, the offer's over. It's going to be in pretty soon. Millionaires in the making, $25,000 of credit. Today it's $1,999. That's up to you. You Zelle. You can wire deposit too if you need to. Always let Gina know as well. Ultimate goal, the 14th Amendment turned corporations into people. People. You know, the United States of America wrote all the rules and the tools. One of my theses was in international and constitutional law. They set up their line of defense called states. States set up their line of defense called cities. It's your turn. You should have did this right out of school, by the way. You see, never have joint credit. Buy a house, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow put in a trust. Remember, always have up to $1 million of credit. Divisions for real estate, franchise, current business. You've got to set up the line of defense. If you don't, you keep bringing the pain home. You got to plan the problem. Ray's rules will help you. From here, it's pretty simple. Plan on the problem, safety, credit. All right, line of defense, see it, believe it, go get it. Never bring the pain home ever again. All I know is when I hear people talk about the American dream, I want to challenge them all. When this is all over, the pandemic, I want to have a big thing like I did at the pond years ago and shut down the 57 freeway. Because you know what? I want to challenge all those blah, blah, blahs. If they're not handing you the money and the credit, I think it's BS. The bottom line is, don't tell me a story unless you're going to hand me some money and tell me how to get my story to happen too. Receiving money every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time, set up the line of defense. 1,000 rules for $1 million, 20,000 for $1 billion. Where do you want to go? Last chance. Credit rebuilding today is $399 and $1,000 a card. Last chance. Starter package for $1 million. All right, it is going to be $699. It's never been offered at that price for $10,000 of credit. All the goodies, you're stuck with me for 90 days. The Millionaires in the Making workshop too. Instead of $24.99 today, it's $1,999. I'm doing most of the work for you anyway. $25,000 of cash credit. You're not selling it right away? Sorry to say, you're going to miss out today. Stay safe, stay strong. You're wondering what's next to come? Come see me. We'll play, hold hands, and have some fun too. Let us always remember, life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. If I can do this, you can do this too. You got 800-510-3338. You're going to miss out on the bonus things offered today, but give that a call. They'll work out a deal, but they will not discount it like I did. Get your Zelle done. You got 10 minutes. All right? The bottom line at the end of the day, never forget, God loves us all.